Yeah, yeah, yeahs. Heads will roll. And you'll be saying yeah, yeah, yeah if you hit that subscription button. Lots of videos coming out, you don't want to miss them. Now let's dive into some more details for the song. Okay, standard tuning on this one. And we have this initial synth intro that happens, and kind of does like an initial chorus with it too. And just a few chords that shift a little bit, no big deal. We'll start at a E chord, and we'll do it here at this middle voicing at the 7A, 9 on the D, G, B. Right, and we just drop it down a fret at the E flat at the 6 and 8s. And that's a split measure. The second measure, we'll just do a full measure of the A flat minor, which will just bar the 4s, 6 on the A and D. And at the last beat, you can add this G flat real quick. In this position, we'll just drop down to a 4D, 6 on the G, and the 7 on the B there. And it's just a quick little count just before the measure's off, and it starts over again. And we would go through the E, E flat, A flat minor a couple times there. And from there, we shift, and we'll do a D flat minor, so 4 on the A, 6 on the D and G with the 5B. Right, split that measure with a G flat, so just bar the second, and then 4 on the A and D, and of course 3 on the G there. Right, and then just bump that up to our A flat minor at the 4. You can throw that little G flat at the end again. Okay, and crank through that one a couple times. Okay, we get this cool little pre-chorus riff that comes in, and it's pretty high up here, and we'll start at 16 on the high E, hit that, come up to the octave at the 13 G, and then we do 14 to 16 on the B. And we'll just crank that out quite a few times. Getting into the chorus, now we can just switch to some power chords now. And we'll be at the E power chord there at the 7A, 9 on the D and G. Just 4 strums on this, Drop down to the E flat at the 6 and the 8s. And then land on our A flat at the 4E, 6 on the A and D. Go through that twice, and then we'll go to our D flat at the 4A, 6 on the D and G. Move over to our G flat, 2 on the E with the 4 on the A and D. Finish back at that A flat at the 4 and 6s. And then at the end, we'll add this new little twist where we'll come off to an open E power chord to our G flat at the 2nd and 4s, and then to the A flat at the 4 and 6s. For the bridge section, we're going to take it up higher now. We'll start at a B power chord, which will just be 7 on the E with the 9 on the A and D. Split that with the E at the 7 and 9s on the A and D and G. So we're just taking it down a set here. And then we're coming up to the A flat again, but we're going to go high with it. We're going to go 11 on the A with the 13 on the D and G. All right, and we'll repeat that B to E to A flat 3 times, and then the first time through we'll finish it with our D flat at the 4 and 6s to the G flat to A flat. And the second part of the bridge, we started off the same way with our B to E to A flat. Okay, do that a couple times, and then we'll switch it up a bit. We go to our E at the 7 and 9s, drop it down to the E flat at 6 and 8s, and then the A flat, of course, at the 4 and 6s on the low set. Okay, then we'll finish it all with the D flat at the 4 and 6s to the G flat and A flat. And there's a second guitar going on for the bridge, and it's doing this really heavily clipped tremolo effect. Okay, about that tempo, like that 8th note tempo. And We're going to start here just playing like little parts of these voicings of chords, and 7s on the B and E to start. Go to 9s on the G and B, and then just make it an 8G, 9B. And you go through that 3 times, and then just finish it by doing 9s on the B and E, come up to 11s on the D and G, and then up to 13s. When the solo comes along, we're just picking at 8th note tempo here. Okay. And we're going to be pretty up high with it. We're going to go 16 on the high E, split that with a 14, and then land on 16 of the B. Okay, come back up to the 16 E, go 16, 18, 19. Okay, repeat the first 2 measures, the 16, 14 to 16B. And then finish it with a 14B, 14E, 16B.